Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to a brand new video on everything we need to know about cars in Fortnite Battle Royale. This is a huge one with cars coming into the game very soon. Obviously, there is so much details already out there about the cars. There's even some temporary gameplay and obviously every detail on every single car. So I've got that for you guys in today's video. So before we get too far into it, if you're excited for cars, hit that like button as well. Roughly 80% of you guys that watch the content aren't already subscribed as well, which is really strange. So for some reason, guys, if you're not subscribed, smash subscribe because you're subscribing to a good source. Okay, so where do we start? Well, here are all the details I have for you guys, which I've crafted up for some of the basic cars. So first off, we're going to start off with the pickup truck. So the pickup truck type is actually going to be a smaller medium vehicle, which can carry roughly about 4 people. 2 people in the seats, and I'm guessing 2 people in the back. It kind of looks like from the trailer, which you can see here, that it looks like you're going to be sat on the back of the truck in a set position. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to rotate around it. I think it'll be similar to the ATK, where you jump on the back. Now, this car is going to have an average speed. The speed is yet unknown. We do have some leaked data about the speeds, which we'll go into in a little bit more detail later. But for now, I'm just going to put them into a category and I'll explain why later on. Then obviously the tank of the vehicle is estimated to hold around 150. Then the driving use is going to be 0.75 and the boosting is going to be 9. And when you take damage, it's going to leak 2. Now, we don't know if this is going to be per second or per every few seconds. There's no details on the exact amount of time, but you generally don't really need to know the exact time if it's per second or not, because you'll get the feel for it as soon as you drive the cars. I generally think the leak feature might be kind of frustrating for a lot of players. That's what I personally think anyway, unless you just refuel the car and it just repairs it and stops it from being leaked, I guess, maybe. Or maybe it only leaks for a short period of time. We don't have the exact details on that just yet. Moving on to the next one, which is the semi-truck. I personally think this is going to be the funnest one to ride, because you're going to be able to drive a truck around the map, which is going to be crazy. Just imagine crashing this through people's builds. Then the health for this one is actually unknown currently. It's going to be a slowish vehicle, a little bit slower than the previously created truck, I guess, which is the pickup truck, obviously. And then obviously you've got the tank, which is going to hold 100. The driving use is actually going to be the least out of all the cars, and the boosting use is going to be the highest, and the damage leak is still going to be the same. Moving on to the next car, this is actually a basic sedan, which is obviously a car which is just across the entire world. We always see this silhouette everywhere, and this car itself looks similar to the Tesla in game. Here's a little bit of footage of potentially what it could look like driving this car. I showed this off earlier on in the video, but you can see here, we'll jump back to this as well towards the end. So obviously we've got the tank itself, which is going to be 100, and it's going to be kind of an average speed again, similar to the pickup truck, with the driving use at 0.5 and the boost speed at 5. Then the damage leak is also going to be at 2 as well, so it's going to take a little bit of damage with the leak, if that is going to be a feature or not. We still don't know how that's going to work. Also, the refueling system, I'm not too sure if everyone's going to like it or not. Let me know in the comments what you actually think about that. Now, before we move on to the fast car, which is probably the coolest one, don't forget, guys, if you want to go support me in the item shop with anything that's popping in, it really does help out the channel, and it goes a long way during these difficult times. It generally does support the channel so much, so thank you everybody using code PostboxPat. You guys can go and do that. And also, if you'd like a shout out, go and message me on my Twitter or Discord. I'll add you guys in, just like these people on screen here. So thank you everyone choosing to support me in the item shop. Much love to you guys. It only takes a few seconds to add in, so go ahead if you've got some free time and you want to support me. Alright, so here, the sports car. This is by far probably the best car and the one that everybody is going to be targeting. Now, I didn't really mention about the seats of the other, but you can see in the top left the seats. The truck's going to be 2, similar to the sports car, which is going to have 2 in. And obviously the sports car is probably going to have the least HP at 800 HP estimate, according to the leaks. Then obviously the speed is going to be very fast for this one, and it's going to hold roughly 100 fuel. Its driving use is going to be pretty high at 0.375, and its boosting usage is going to be 5. So you're going to get a decent amount of speed out of this one, a few boosts, and probably the fastest car on the map. So I think a lot of people are going to enjoy driving this one. I can expect a lot of cool stuff with it. So I'm very excited for this. Hopefully you guys are too as well. But we also have some other details, which is regarding the actual cars themselves. So here are some of the mechanics regarding all the vehicles. So apparently you can gain metal when you hit stuff, similar to the Brute. I don't know if that's going to work or not on certain vehicles, but I'm guessing maybe if you hit like a tree, it might give you some metal from your car into your inventory when it gets kind of like taken damage maybe, or maybe it just, you gain metal from it from destroying or hitting the car again, just like you used to with the old cars. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. You will also be able to tire skid, and the min speed for this will have to be 20. Don't know exactly if that's miles per hour or kilometers per hour, but we'll find out obviously when Fortnite does drop its update. Then you will also be able to do a brake skid at min speed of 10, so that's really awesome. And there will be handbrakes that are usable. I guess that's just generally a common feature. I don't think if it'll actually be like a separate feature, I'm not too sure. I think that'd be pretty cool if it is, and that'll probably cause the skids. If you pull the handbrake, it causes you to skid, so maybe that's how it's going to work with that side of stuff. So the handbrake is what keeps the car still when it's completely stopped, say, at traffic lights or on a hill when it's parked. That's what you use the handbrake for. So you just use it to keep the car still so you can take your feet off the pedals. I think that's the best way of me explaining it for those that have never drove before. I don't know. I'm not an expert at teaching car driving, but, you know, I tried. Okay, max speed will go around between 28 and 45 depending on each car. So we don't know if it's miles per hour or kilometers per hour, and that's why I just kind of categorized the speeds before on all the vehicles. So I'm assuming the smaller car, the super sports one, will go 45, and probably the slowest speed for, I guess, maybe the truck will be 28, and the others will be in between there. So that's kind of a nice little feature. Obviously, you'll be able to drive by the truck pretty fast if you're on that 45 speed. Then vehicles will be around 500 health. Again, that's just an average. It's not 100% confirmed. We kind of went into the health as best as we could from earlier leaks, which released a while back. You can also eject from a vehicle when being hit for 50 damage. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if this is you as a character being hit through the windows or if it's the vehicle. I'm assuming it'll probably be you through the vehicle, so it'll give you the option, or give you the idea if you want to eject or not. So it's kind of cool little kind of thing there. Obviously, hitting a player will impulse them, so it looks like you're not going to take any damage from crashing into people, which is a shame. I know a lot of people wanted to try that out. Also, you can refuel using gas pumps or the petrol jerry cans, and we'll get into some information about them right now. So some more information on explosion. On dealing damage with the explosion, you'll be dealing a total of 800 to buildings around you. You'll also be dealing 200 to players in close range, which technically will one-shot if you're in the car when it explodes. I generally don't think it should be that much. They should at least put it at 199, so you don't guarantee you roll out on 1 HP, so you just survive. I don't know, maybe it's to make the mechanics more fair, so not everyone's sat in cars all game, so people will jump out when they're on low, which would kind of make sense. Deal 50 damage to players at long range. Obviously, I don't know the exact range kind of on this, but I'm assuming it'll probably be similar to the helicopter. Then the types of drivable vehicles, and we'll go into some more of these in a second. We've obviously got the basic sedan, we've got the sports car, the pickup truck, and the semi-truck, and then more potential drivable vehicles that we can see in the trailer as well. We'll put that on screen here. You can see it in the background. Obviously, we have the police car, taxi cab, basic car, basic truck, and big rig. Not too sure which ones they are, but you can see in the trailer we've obviously got the taxi, which you can see right there, and the basic car, and obviously the sports car. You've got all 4 cars basically in this trailer, which is really awesome, and the taxi. So the others might not come in straight away, but I'm assuming they'll probably get added in over time, or may just be in like creative or something. So that's really, really cool. Some really key information for us all is actually regarding the jerry cans right here. So these are going to be what you can refuel your car with on the go. Now obviously you can refuel your car with at fuel stations, but it looks like you're going to actually be able to refuel these cans as well. So you're going to be able to shoot them while you're holding them, and it'll take 1 to 1.5 seconds to fuse them when throwing them, I think, at enemies. And then obviously you can refuel these cans as well at gas pumps for 0.5 seconds, and on explosion they'll deal 99 damage to players and also 250 damage to vehicles. So that's what you have with all the details regarding the upcoming jerry cans in the game, which you're going to be able to use to actually refuel your cars. So how awesome is that? Obviously you're going to be able to refuel the pump at the pumps as well. Okay, in the background you can see I'm just showing off a bunch of different cars here. These cars are actually potentially what I think will be drivable in the game. So you've got the old buggies there, which would be medium standard cars with 2 seats, probably the same speed as these kind of 4-seaters potentially, which I guess will probably be 4-seaters, and that's the ones I'm jumping on and off of here, and obviously the taxi there as well. Now I'm assuming these will be the standard Tesla car, the medium sized car, not too fast, not too slow, average speed, and probably the car that a lot of people will most likely get because it probably have the highest spawn rate. So obviously, the final thing I wanted to mention before I should jump into some final gameplay of the actual cars themselves, an early look for you guys, is looking at the crash dummy. So the crash dummy itself was actually added in a while back in the first level of the water, so when it was at its highest point, and a lot of people were speculating this coming into the item shop, and they were correct. It did get leaked as an item shop skin. However, I have a little theory that this may actually be able to drive your car for you later on in the season or in a future season. I feel like the crash dummy themselves will probably be an actual self-driving system once all the roads have revealed. You can kind of see that in this screenshot here, obviously because this is a key kind of screenshot in the battle pass, and I'm guessing on solo you probably want someone to drive it for you so you can shoot out the window. So I'm hoping they do add the crash dummy in for that purpose. It's not 100% confirmed, it's not 100% guaranteed, but obviously I'll keep you guys up to date if anything like that does get added in the future after the addition of cars. So really awesome idea and awesome concept right there. Anyway, let's go and jump over to some of the actual gameplay I've got for you guys, so an early preview of the cars from creative side, which is really cool. Alright guys, welcome to my simulation. This is something which I found, and I will link it down below, but this is really cool because you can actually demonstrate cars in Fortnite Battle Royale early. So you can see here, I've got my Tesla looking car. Obviously this is one of the ones which will be drivable in the upcoming update for cars. Then you've obviously got the computer over here, which is really awesome, and you can also buy fuel. So let me show you guys exactly how this works. So when you go on the computer, you have the option to buy this car, you have the option to buy the taxi, which we'll try out in a minute. You also have the option to buy this retro one, the forklift truck, and a few other things as well with the orange car, which probably won't be drivable in the game. I don't think that will be a drivable car. It might be that one, not 100%, but that one definitely won't be because that's an old style car in Fortnite. But you don't know. Who knows exactly which ones are going to get added in, as I said before. Okay, so let's just select the... which one should we select? That one there. Okay, perfect. So we've got the blue car, then we're going to go in it, and then we're going to go and drive it and show you guys exactly what to do. So here we go. Alright, perfect. We got it kind of going straight, I guess. We're kind of going straight down the line here. I really like it. I think it's a really good animation. This is probably what cars are going to perform like in Fortnite. If I put car sound effects to this, it would probably sound like it. I'm not going to do that, but yes, I'd probably guess it would sound a lot like it. So there you have it. I'm kind of driving the car in Fortnite. I guess the field of view probably won't be as big as it is on this screen, but yeah, I'm really liking this. You can see I'm continuing to go. My car has extreme amount of health, so this could go for ages, but you can see, yeah, I'm working pretty well. If the storm effect wasn't on, this would pretty much look exactly how the car would probably look driving, but I don't know, it's kind of weird, isn't it? It's kind of like an endless falling road. I'm just continuing to go down here. I must be completing this level really well, but yeah, you can see I like it. It's really cool animation. You can see you've kind of got a preview of what it would look like. The wheels aren't moving obviously, but it's nice to see this, and obviously the downfall effect is pretty cool as well. So I think it works really well. It kind of gives the idea of driving a car. The only downside to it is the field of view. You know, that kind of field of view got the wide angle on it. It kind of just doesn't look like how it would be in Fortnite. You know, I couldn't imagine it being that wide, but you don't know, like, you know, in the past with it's always a little bit closer on the vehicles, so that's why I'm saying that. But yeah, I'm really liking it, and I definitely think you could actually see cars similar to this in the game. That's why I put it in today's video. Alright guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. That's going to be it for everything. Smash a like on it, smash the subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the live stream of mine when cars do come into Fortnite Battle Royale.